Hey, folks, welcome to the NCG Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Lewis Carlan. Coming up on August 31st, NCG Wrestling presents Bad Temper in Leamington, Ontario. Lots of great talent appearing at NCG Wrestling. Bad Temper, August 31st in Leamington, Ontario. Get your tickets right now at ncgwrestling.com. Appearing on the show will be former WWE champion, the Maharaja himself, Raj Desi. He's bringing his unhindered tour to Leamington, Ontario on August 31st. He will be available for a meet and greet as well, plus photo op. Get your meet and greet tickets and meet Raj Desi on August 31st at NCG Wrestling. Bad Temper. Also appearing on the show will be Tessa Blanchard, Kevin Blackwood, and many, many, many other top stars. Again, get your tickets right now. Bad Temper, ncgwrestling.com, August 31st in Leamington, Ontario. One of the featured matches on this event will be the current Noble King, the NCG Noble King, Giant Orion, defending his crown against the challenge of Space Monkey. Again, one of the featured matches on this incredible night of professional wrestling. Again, August 31st. And Giant Orion took time out of his schedule to join me for a very, very special interview as we discussed his upcoming match with Space Monkey, and we discussed his hatred for the current NCG World Champion, Stone Rockwell. And let's go to that interview right now with Giant Orion. Hey, folks, joining me today is the NCG Noble King, Giant Orion. Giant Orion, how are you doing today, sir?
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm doing good today. Doing good.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Let's talk about back on June 1st, NCG Wrestling in your town. You became the Noble King. You became the NCG Noble King, winning the Noble Crown as you won a gauntlet match that featured about 10 to 12 other wrestlers. How did you feel when you secured that win and you won the crown and became the Noble King of NCG?
Well, let me tell you, I felt fantastic. I single-handedly went through that entire gauntlet match unscathed. But that being said, it was interrupted by somebody. I was supposed to get a presentation. My crown was supposed to be placed on my head, but somebody didn't want to let it happen, I guess. So,
Yeah, and we're talking about Stone Rockwell, right? You talking about Stone Rockwell?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about Stone Rockwell. Well, I don't want to bring this up because I know how you feel about Stone Rockwell, but you did taste defeat on June 1st as well. As you lost to Stone Rockwell. You had a shot at the NCG World Heavyweight Championship. Stone Rockwell defeated you, became the first ever NCG World Champion. Do you feel Rockwell was the better man that night, or do you feel he was just lucky?
I feel that Stone Rockwell was full of luck that night. There was nothing else going for him. I had him beat. I beat him up the whole match, the entire match. He had no offense against me, basically. And then he was able to get a quick little roll up, and I think maybe the referee had something to do with it too. I'm not too sure. I haven't been able to talk to him, but I'll definitely be exchanging some words with Stone Rockwell when I see him in the back.
So you think the referee might have had something to do with it?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to put it on him, and I don't want to put it all on Stone, but I know that maybe between the two of them, they could have been working with each other against me. So,
Okay, okay. I don't think they were working with each other, but nonetheless, Rockwell was did defeat you, got the 1, 2, 3. Now, would you like another shot at that the NCG World Title? I know Beastman's getting the shot at the next show, August 31st, Bad Temper. But would you like another shot at the World Title or another shot at Stone Rockwell?
of course, I want another shot at the title. That's why we're here in NCG. That's what we do. That's what we're fighting for. Not only am I the Noble Crown champion, I will be the NCG champion as well. Mark my words.
What kind of champion would you be? Do you think people would be afraid of you because you're the resident monster of NCG? Do you think you would get a lot of challenges? Do you think some challenges might be afraid to step up if you were the champion?
So let me tell you this, there is going to be a lot of people that are afraid of me. It's just
Okay.
how it is. I'm a monster. I'm 6'9". I'm 300 pounds. I'm huge. I'm bigger than everybody, strong, fast. I'm no slouch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody is going to be scared of me, but there's always going to be that one guy who says he's not scared, but he is living outside of his head in some way, shape, or form. I will snap him back to reality because you don't need to be scared to get beat up.
I'll be honest. I know we're on video right now, and I'm kind of safe, but I'm getting a little scared right now just listening to you talk, man. So hopefully
Well,
I'll be
good.
safe.
We're here to
Hopefully,
cause some waves.
what's that?
I said that's good because we're here to cause some waves.
Okay, all right, man. So let's get to August 31st, coming up in less than 2 weeks. You're defending your Noble Crown against Space Monkey. Give me your thoughts on Space Monkey.
Space Monkey, to me, seems to be just Stone Rockwell's little sidekick. And I don't know where this guy is from or what his background is, but let me tell you, because of the actions of his friend Stone Rockwell, I am going to put some serious hurt on Space Monkey. He doesn't even understand the kind of offense that I'm going to be bringing to him. He has never stepped in the ring with anybody as big as me, as fast as me, or as technically sound as I am.
So you're saying that you're going to take your anger out on the anger you have for Stone Rockwell. You're going to take it out on Space Monkey on August 31st. Is that
I'm
correct?
going to use Space Monkey to set an example for Stone Rockwell.
Well, Stone Rockwell actually recorded a video recently, and he said it during a recent interview that Space Monkey has a surprise in store for you. And if you get out of hand, you're going to have to deal with Space Monkey and Stone Rockwell. Does that concern you at all?
No, that doesn't concern me at all. I can stick Stone Rockwell and Space Monkey in the same ring at the same time. Wouldn't make any difference. There's no way that either of those two are walking out of there after I'm done.
So you don't think the ring announcer will be announcing the new Noble King Space Monkey? Is there any chance at all? Do you think he gonna no?
That is absolutely out of the question. That is not going to happen. There's no way, shape, or form is that going to happen.
Well, you bring that up because I gotta ask because on June 1st you pinned both Space Monkey and Bryce Hanson to win the gauntlets to become the Noble King to win the crown, but Space Monkey wasn't 100%, and neither was Bryce Hanson. They were both in that gauntlet match for quite some time before you came in. You were the final entrant, but Space Monkey is going to be 100% this time, right from the start. Do you think you might be underestimating Space Monkey?
I honestly don't think so. I don't think that he's able to make me eat my words either. So I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to take my anger out on Space Monkey, and I'm going to be victorious. I will be the reigning noble champion after the 31st. And after that, my eyes are set on Stone Rockwell in an NCG title.
Okay. Well, the fans are going to be 100% behind Space Monkey. Is that ever a distraction for you when the fans get
Not
it's
in
going
the
to be like a
least. Not in the
Davy
least.
it's going to be like a
I
Dave.
don't show up to try to impress those people. I show up and do what I do best, and that is cause carnage, chaos, and destruction. And it just so happens that people nowadays are appealed to that. So we're going to see how much the people are cheering for Space Monkey at the start of the match, and I guarantee you that they're going to be on my side after they see what I'm capable of.
All right, there's a video of you actually throwing an opponent out of the ring with a one-handed press slam. That was very, very, very impressive. Is Space Monkey gonna feel what that one-handed press slam to the outside feels like?
That's what I'm trying to explain here. Space Monkey has no idea the kind of things that I have in store for him. I am literally 2.5 times his size. I'm stronger than him. I'm probably pretty close to as quick as him. You'd be surprised. I've got a lot of shoot fighting in my background. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. You have an MMA background, if I'm not mistaken, right?
yeah, I've got a very extensive MMA background. Canadian heavyweight champion for King of the Cage.
Speaking of, is it true that you once knocked out Dan Severn? If so, but tell us that story. Tell us the story about knocking out Dan Severn.
So I fought Dan Severn in King of the Cage, British
Okay.
Columbia, Canada, at a show called Mile Zero. And the first round, he took it to me, man. That's Dan Severn. He's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
legend. There's no reason. There's a reason why he is where he is. You know what I mean? And the second round, I could see he started getting a little tired, but he was still taking me down. He was pounding me, going for submissions. I was able to fend him off, but in the third round, I caught him. I knocked him out. I got on top of him. I fed him some shots. The referee stopped the fight. I won. Dan Severn's got an unbelievable record who's going for his 100th win that night, and I stuffed it.
Oh, is there a video of that anywhere? That's if anybody wants to see that?
Yeah, I have a video up on my page, Giant
Okay.
Orion on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, that's impressive. But you're going from Dan Severn to Space Monkey. There's such a contrast in style there. What year was this? What year did you knock out Severn, if I may ask? Was it a few years ago?
2014.
Oh, 10, it was 10 years ago. Okay, so
Yeah.
it wasn't recently then. But I mean, Space Monkey has such an unorthodox style, and he's got that tail. I think you're underestimating him just a little bit. If don't get upset with me, but I think you're underestimating Space Monkey just a little
Hey
bit.
man, you are entitled to your opinion. I'll give you that. But you know what? You're gonna look really silly after I make you eat your words because I am not underestimating Space Monkey. If anything, he's going in overconfident against me. He thinks he's got a surprise in store for me. There is nothing that he can do in that ring that is gonna surprise me. I'm gonna stop every bit of him in that ring. And at the end of the night, he's gonna be laid out flat on the mat. And my hand is gonna be up in the air.
All right, and what happens if Stone Rockwell decides to get involved? Are you going to just lay him out as well?
I'm fairly confident that Stone Rockwell is not going to stick his nose in my business again. Fairly confident. I don't know if he's that stupid, but we're going to find out, aren't we?
You actually recorded a video recently for NCG, and you referred to just I don't mean to laugh, but it is a little humorous. It might be a little insulting, but a little humorous. You referred to Stone Rockwell as a Disney Store employee. I thought that was a great line.
A
Rockwell,
disgruntled Disney Store employee, to be exact. That
okay.
man is out of control. That man is out of control.
Yeah, I don't know if I haven't spoke with Stone Rockwell. I'm sure he didn't like that, but I'm sure you don't care whether he likes it or not. But that is that was a good line. I would use it again if I was you, if you're doing a promo on Stone Rockwell, 100%. But before we wrap this up, final words. I know we're talking about Space Monkey a lot, but if you want to go ahead and cut a promo on Space Monkey, I know you've done that already with the video, but final words on your match with Space Monkey.
August 31st, bad temper. Like I said, I'm going to let my temper take control. And Space Monkey is going to suffer at the hands of Giant Orion. I don't think he realizes what I have in store for him. I think that I've grinded too hard. I trained too much. And from what I've seen of him, he just hangs out with Stone Rockwell in bars, cutting corny little vignettes all day. So we'll see what he's got to offer me.
And you said these hands; those are gigantic hands, by the way. Like I could see just how big those they probably would fit nicely right around Space Monkey's throat. But hopefully you don't do that. But anyway, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. August 31st, Bad Temper. You are defending that title once again, the NCG crown, I should say, the NCG Noble Crown against Space Monkey. August 31st, Bad Temper. Get your tickets right now at ncgwrestling.com. Giant Orion, thank you again so much for joining me today, and good luck on the 31st. But I don't think you need luck. I don't think you feel you need luck to defeat Space Monkey.
Hey man, I don't got luck on my side. All I got is a ton of talent, and that's it. A ton of talent and too much size for anyone to compete with.
All right,
Thanks
fair
for
enough.
having me, by the way. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Anytime you want to come back, let's do this again. I'm sure there's going to be many more matches with you defending that noble crown in the future. So anytime you want to come back, let's do this again, man.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
All right. Again, thank you and good luck on the 31st.
Thank you.